Good evening, everybody. Thank you for letting me be part of this group. I'm honored to speak, and I'm just honored to be here. And I'm talking for a special group, a task group, and I did get voluntold to do this, but I forgive them. And this branched out of the Marsh advisory team. And one evening, at one of our early meetings, we were sitting there and having a good time, and Dick Millsball, who is not here tonight, he's in San Francisco, he made an observation how much we had in common, and almost too much. We are most of us the same color and about the same age, and probably a lot of the same background, and which is wonderful because we agree on a lot of things, but we all decided that was something we probably needed to change, in the future, and get more variety, diversity. We need that, and we want that, and we're working on that. But out of that comment, we decided to have a special task force, a working group, just to look at diversity and how we could work it and how it could be more a prominent part of what we're doing. And it started out being DEI working group, diversity, equity, inclusion group. Of course, promptly we changed our name right off the bat. Mark Grace has written a wonderful summary. It's in your program. You can look at that, and it goes in some more detail about why we did that. But we changed our name to DEI, and we added A. We felt like accessibility should be in there. We did a backslash. It's all undergirded by L, love, which guides all the things we do. Well, so Dick is our leader, and he threw out a challenge right off the bat and said, okay, if we're going to look at diversity, then we have to bring it home first. And we really can't be talking about it if we're not practicing a diverse attitude and ministry in what we're doing. So he asked us to bring a story each time we had a meeting about something we did personally to engage someone different than us, or an observation, or something that we had invested in diversity. So we did that, and it was really interesting to hear all the stories that came back. There were really sweet stories in it. For example, one that I brought was went on a mission trip in May with my church to Donna, Texas, in the valley. And I'm a painter. I was painting, and one day I was painting a trailer in the end of May, a metal building. It was hot, and I just felt my skin burning, my white skin. And while I was trying to get finished, this little boy came up. He was about 10. He lived in the trailer with his mother and about 3 or 4 other kids, and he was very cute, and he wanted to talk. And I was like, oh, please, I just want to get finished. And I had just had in mind one of those wonderful Mexican chipped ice cream. They're called Fresca or something, and they're cold. And that's all I wanted to do is finish the trailer and get my ice cream cone and then go to bed. And then I remember Dick's challenge. And then I also thought, I don't have a story, so I need to rethink this. I climbed down from the ladder. I found a lower place to paint, and we started talking. And I started with the usual school and different things a 10-year-old boy would be involved in. I said, do you go to church? And he said, well, yeah, we do go to church, but, my sister's trying to change genders, and the pastor told us that if she did, she wasn't welcome there anymore, and that if we supported her, we weren't welcome there anymore either. Not what I expected to hear from a 10-year-old boy. So we had a talk, and I told him about that not all pastors felt that way, first of all. And I also said the love of God is bigger than that. There's nothing that can separate us from the love of God. And we prayed, and we had a really good discussion. I was so thankful because I wouldn't have had that conversation if Dick hadn't challenged us to do that. I would have just sit there and eat my ice cream cone. So I think that all our stories were like that. They were like just things that happened along the way. And and I hoped we blessed others, but I think we were the most blessed. And sharing the stories kind of bonded our little group. We really like each other and look forward to being together. And so now we think, what are we going to do with this information? Feels good, and we've crossed some barriers ourselves, but what can we do to help others, help us to all get down off our ladders and reach out to where we are and broaden our world and our eyes and talk to and get to know people that aren't like us. You know, and we're working now on trying to dovetail that into the bigger picture. We're still working on it. But, you know, I always felt like I didn't have a lot of prejudice. I always thought I was a fair person, you know. But I see now that, you know, really it's not enough just to acknowledge people, and it's not enough just to even affirm people or accept people. What's most important is to engage people and bring them into your life. Let them be part of your life, not stand back and say, I love you and I accept you. So, and I was talking to, that's the idea we're getting across for people who want to be chaplains and for really all Christians. We need to be engaged in what we're doing in God's love. And it starts on a personal level. It doesn't happen because I'm a chaplain and I end up seeing a lot of diverse people. It happens when I'm at home or on a ladder painting or wherever I am. So we are going to be working on that. And I talked to Vance Strum today. I'm going to quote him. He said, you know, Jesus never went around Samaria. He went through Samaria. So that's the idea of what we're trying to do with our task force. So I hope you'll be praying for us so that we can keep on task and that we can equip the others to walk through Samaria. Thank you.